Well, good morning, everyone. I hope you had a beautiful night and that God is taking control of everything. I'm sorry for whatever is happening around the world, and I believe that we'll soon overcome it. We only need to have faith. In the midst of the pandemic happening, there is so much going on from people not being able to raise their daily bread, as we know about the lockdown and the curfew. I believe everybody who is sane should know that this is the moment that we all need each other. This disease is not a joke and doesn't care of class standards. It doesn't care about the savings, how much money you have. All we all care about right now is the breath of life. I was very devastated yesterday when I saw that there was a lady, a woman, a mother thrown out of her house, not having been able to pay rent during this pandemic period. I find it inhuman. I find it selfish. I find it insane. I have no words to describe this kind of act. Well, this is one case. How many cases are happening that we do not know, that don't come on social media, that don't come on TV? Well, people are in a situation whereby all we care for now is how can I breathe? All we care for now is health and not wealth. Like I've always said, you are not wealthy until you are healthy. I mean, my humble request is going to the government right now. Please, the government, bridge the gap between the landlords and the tenants. Not everybody has been in a position to buy a house. As we can say, and we all know that the Kenyan mwananchi is living from hand to mouth. They don't even think about saving because you cannot save when you cannot put food on the table. Most of them, when we start from the security, the ones who are working in the clubs, the waiters and the waitresses, the club owners, the musicians, the artists, the comedians. I mean, like it's all crazy. It's all crazy right now. So please, we appeal and ask the government to come and say just one word. Please bridge the gap between landlords and tenants. There's no way we can be running away from the disease and locking ourselves inside the house where we are being frustrated. The landlord is sending emails, following up with messages, following up with a WhatsApp, right? You are locked down inside your house. You don't know where you're going to get the money from. You don't have savings. You don't even know the name of a bank. It's not possible. It cannot work. And I don't think any landlord has a right to throw any human outside their house because they've not been able to pay rent. I mean, this one doesn't happen even in Europe. I've never had a situation whereby someone is thrown out of her house because she's not able to pay rent. Secondly, where did the rule of 2 months deposit go to? I mean, if you have my 2 months deposit, then I believe I am still safe. It is not happening. It's not happening for me. It's not happening for you too. We work daily to be able to pay our daily life, which includes the roof over our heads. I mean, it would be so shameful if I start seeing landlords start throwing celebrities out of their houses because maybe the Kenyan mwananchi or normal people do not care about embarrassment, but we do. We care, we have names to protect, we have brands to protect, and we all know that maybe up to 50% of celebrities are owning houses. And that is the truth. With this pandemic has woken us up and we have to start thinking of reality. It's reality only that is going to save us. Gone are days where we used to live in fantasy. Tunaumia, we are suffering. The frustrations from messages to WhatsApp to email and phone calls from the landlords is devastating. We cannot be running away from the adverse weather and the diseases outside coming to shelter under our roofs, and the landlords are busy throwing us out. Please, the government, say something. I know the economy is struggling and the government is struggling too. You can't be able to pay rent for everybody, but just one word from you is going to save the whole world. I am here on behalf of women and children. I don't know what men can do. They can go and sleep at their friends' places. But what can a woman with children do? Me with my 5 children, even I had 3 kids, was very difficult to find a man to date with 3 kids. Forget about a roof over my head. Now if I call someone and tell them I want to come to their house with my children because they've locked out my house, there's nobody who will welcome me unless I'm coming to do something else. Please, the government, please, we beg, on behalf of all celebrities, and please tag all celebrities to pass the same message that let the government bridge the gap between the landlords and the tenants, because for the lockdown and the curfew, we need a roof over our heads. We cannot go and hide under trees. Because if this thing was an emergency to everybody, we would have had time to run back to the village. But even right now, we cannot carry the same disease back to the village. I think people who are in the village are even more safe. They are safe where they are. So we do not want to run there with, maybe some of us are already infected or affected, we do not know. Please, the government, please, we pray that this news reach you and you say something about the landlord and the tenant. We need this time to to think, come together, support each other, think about each other. And for those who will remain after this pandemic disease, please, if you will remain after this COVID-19, change your way of living. We've all realized that wealth is nothing without health. Right now, everybody's equal. Rich, poor, class. Right now, nobody has class. For COVID-19, no class at all. So don't be afraid of picking up your call and calling your landlord and say, hey, I can't raise that money right now. Kama is not possible, you can call police. But I don't want to see people being thrown outside the streets. Because who wants to rent your house now? Why are you throwing people outside your house? Who wants to rent their house now? Nobody will rent those houses. They will be locked down. Do you feel happy when you've closed your house and you've thrown people outside and you yourself cannot even occupy the house? Can we just have a sense of humanity and think about human beings? Right now, we are not able to help each and everybody, but we are able to at least assist. Even with a piece of advice is more important. So before I see all my women and single mothers on the streets, please, the government, say something. We are waiting to hear from you. Please tell the landlords to wait. 2 months is not far. The houses are not perishable. They are not going to rot. We are even locked down in your house. You are coming to throw us out. Where do you want us to go? Can we just love each other and use this time of the year to be there for people and be there for ourselves? We were there for the landlords when they were taking mortgage. They knew definitely we were going to rent those houses. Now they have to be there for us. Yes, they have to be there for us, because even if they lock us out, nobody will rent those houses in the next coming 2 months. Or the government must do something that one landlord cannot leave one house to the other, or even or they block their phone calls, because it's annoying.